Hey y'all, welcome back to the Chalk Sports Podcast, and today we have a new guest. This is CJ.
How are we doing?
He's replacing Tanner for probably forever. Tanner's gone. Alright, so we're going to be doing the power rankings of the MLB. He knows more baseball than me. Country.
I wouldn't say a country mouse.
Found out today that there's an NL MVP and an AL MVP, so that's my baseball knowledge. So we did the research though, so I'm ready for it. But we're gonna just do it.
No, yeah.
So we're gonna do the top each five. We're gonna do five in five categories, starting from 30 to 25. Who's your first one?
So my first five. So I'm gonna start with 30. I got the Chicago White Sox. I think that's a given.
That's a given. Yeah,
that's a given.
The first one you could do.
Most losses in the MLB season.
And probably gonna do it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Do
surprised.
they get 120 losses?
Honestly, I would put my money on it. I'd put a series.
That's
I'd put
probably a
serious
great
money on
line.
it. Yeah, and I'd put a lot of money on that actually.
Oh yeah.
29 I have the Rockies, 28 Marlins, 27 the Angels, and at 26 I have the Washington Nationals.
Oh, so we have one difference in the top five, in the bottom five.
Mm.
I have the White Sox at 30, LA Angels at 29, the Rockies at 28, Athletics at 27, and the Miami Marlins. Why are you so high on the Athletics?
The Athletics, just because they've done more stuff this offseason than they have in any offseason, and they still have a decent amount of solid talent on the team.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Their owner does not want to. He is not a great owner.
And they're also in a division that's kind of lessening as the years go on. You have the Astros in that division,
Yeah.
who traded away big guys. You have the Mariners, who are an iffy team. Like, you are high on them entering the season, and they just don't perform.
Yeah.
Rangers, same thing. Won the World Series. Next season, kind of off season. You know, it's just a thing where you're playing these teams in your division so much. I see the Athletics having a solid chance.
So we agree with the White Sox because they're awful. They're just so bad. Angels and Rockies, I think we have swapped 20 and 29.
Yeah, I have Rockies at 29 and Angels at 27.
Yeah. Oh, so you have them a little higher than me. There's not really a lot to talk about. No one gives.
Yeah, no, it's
No
just
one gives. I mean, the Rockies are kind of cool, but
terrible.
So, all right, I'll go with the next five. I have the Nationals at 25.
Okay.
The St. Louis Cardinals at 24. The Pirates at 23. The Giants at 22. And the Cubs at 21.
Okay. That one's
That's gonna be a thing.
25. I have the Reds. 24. I have the Cardinals. 23. Pirates. 22. I have the San Francisco Giants, and 21. I have the Athletics.
Screw the Giants. We have very different opinions on the Cubs.
So the thing about the Cubs for me is that they're a team that always in the first half of the season you're looking at legitimate contenders.
Yeah.
Even last season, like mid to late May, we're still looking at them contending for leading the division. You know, and they really didn't give away anybody big except for maybe Cody Bellinger.
That is pretty big.
Who they didn't even have really in the first half of
Dodgers
this season last. Yeah, Dodgers. Oh my God, him on the Dodgers was amazing.
Yeah, he kind of got washed up. And, I mean, I see what you're saying. I do see the potential, but the rotation just hasn't been down.
Yeah, and it's bad.
It's bad there. And that could end up killing them. But their bullpen's deep, and they have Matt Shaw.
Yeah,
Could be pretty good.
There's a lot of talent. The only real big problems for me, like position wise, really, is obviously like pitching is a little wonky, but on their good days they're amazing.
So,
Amazing.
That's why the Pirates are so low.
Yeah, the Pirates. Yeah.
All his teams here Jones. Then what?
Yeah. Other than that, you don't have a lot of guys.
And I mean, O'Neal Cruz can only carry himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be an ugly offense.
Yeah, and he's also not where he should be.
He's not there to where you can't win a bunch of games.
Yeah, he can't carry the team by himself.
Yeah,
he's a good player though. We're not gonna count that out at all.
The one that's crazy for me is the Reds. You had them at 21, you said?
Oh, Reds I had at 25.
Yeah,
25.
I have them at 60.
Yeah, Reds I have at 25. I just feel like the Reds as an organization. I feel like probably like 4 years ago, you're looking at you're looking at guys that are up and coming, and you're just like, wow, this team. You could see the potential.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, it's just over the years just been diminishing. You know.
I feel like I think they could be that young team that booms onto the scene. No one expects it. Hunter Green and Andrew Arbot.
Yes.
They're good. They look good. Ella De La Cruz and Matt McLean is some pretty solid hitters. They could do something. We'll have to see that. We had the same spot for the Giants. The Cardinals were pretty similar. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, bet.
You're up.
Okay, so 20, I had the Minnesota Twins. 19, I had the Tampa Bay Rays, staying in the same division. 18, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. 17, the Brewers, and at 16, I have the Detroit Tigers.
Okay, so there's only one team that are in the next spot that you share.
Let's see this.
The Royals at 20.
Okay, Royals.
Brewers at 19. Guardians at 18. Red Sox at 17 and Reds at 16.
Okay.
I have Tigers are on the cusp. Tigers are.
Yeah. So that's not bad at all. Like
no.
It's.
I have the Twins at 12 and the Rays at 13.
Oh, the Twins at 12.
If they're healthy, they are one of the better teams.
Yes. That's the thing. It's so hard for these guys to stay healthy, and that's a problem for the Twins. It really is a problem. And
yeah, that could kill them. I mean,
and it does every year. It's terrible to watch.
I'm just not high on them. Like the Guardians.
The Guardians. The thing for me is the Guardians. They've lost two big guys, and I don't know if you know these names, but Josh Naylor, he was a big face of the franchise, and Andres Jimenez, who was considered one of the best, if not the best, second baseman in the league. He's definitely up there top 5.
Which one's name is Big Christmas?
Big Christmas. That's Jokonski Noel.
That guy. That's the only nickname that stays in my head.
Yeah, Big Christmas. That's.
I know they do have a deep bullpen.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So that you can give them credit for.
100%.
It's just offense.
Yeah, offense. It's really hard to look at the Guardians' offense and see and tell if they're gonna do good this season. I have them higher on my list, but
it's tough to tell too because it's the NL.
Yeah.
So it's like you have the Dodgers, like already.
No, the Guardians are the AL.
Oh, the AL.
Yeah. So AL, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because they put the Yankees.
Yes, the Yankees in the ALCS.
So they're not as cooked as I thought.
No, and they're in a pretty bad division. If we're talking on terms of things, the teams in that division are Twins, Royals.
So 2 teams I'm
Tigers.
Decently high on.
Yeah.
It seems like a very balanced.
Yeah, they're all around the same.
They're all like 20 through 10.
Yeah, like they're not. None of the teams are great, but it's not. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the Royals, but Bobby Wood Jr.'s about there. It's kind of just offense and pitching.
Yeah, Bobby Wood Jr. is gonna be one of the greatest players of all time if he keeps up.
That's some words.
If he keeps up his consistency as he is right now, I genuinely see him being one of the greatest players to play the game.
And it feels kind of weird because there's like a huge gap.
Yeah.
There's like the top 5 teams and then everybody.
Mhm. And it's just a big money thing, you know.
Yeah. So let's look at the next 5. I got the Tigers at 15.
Okay.
The Padres at 14. The Rays at 13. The Twins at 12. And the Mets at 11.
Okay, I like that.
That's a spicy one.
See, the Mets, I was thinking about putting them low, but it's hard to. So for me, I put the Rangers at 15, Royals at 14, Mariners 13, Red Sox 12, and the Guardians at 11.
So the interesting one is the Royals. You did just say Bobby Witt Jr. could be the greatest player of all time, so it kind of adds up.
Yeah.
The Tigers we share pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're young enough where they could be a surprise. They could be sneaky good.
Yeah.
But I also think they could have some trouble.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So my pick for AL Cy Young also happens to be on the Royals. That's where I'm coming from too.
It's confidence in the
Royals.
Royals.
Yeah. I'm looking at their depth chart right now. This is like these names are all names that are considered pitchers that like you would not.
Yeah, you don't want to face.
Yeah, you would not be mad about having these guys on your team. And it's just, looking at this, the catcher, Salvador Perez. First base, Vinny Pasquantino. Second base, Jonathan India, who was on the Reds beforehand, you know?
He was on my list.
Yeah, so these guys are all decent names. MJ Melendez, you know? And it's just like,
That's kind of what you need. Just
Yeah.
consistency.
You just need these guys to perform how they performed before on their previous teams, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of how you looked at like last season's run with the Mets. It was just a matter of consistency. Having a few consistently great players. Or in the Yankees, where consistently great players, the only thing that bit them in the butt was the one inconsistent player on their team.
Yeah. It's just, honestly, like, for me, the Royals, I see.
Wait, the Padres aren't in this, they're in the top 10.
Yeah, my Padres are in like, the top 10, I think, yeah.
You've got a lot of love on the Padres?
Yes, they've missed out on a lot of players this offseason. It was tough to watch. It was tough to watch, but it's still...
They do have Fernando back.
Yes,
Wasn't he out for like half the season last year?
I think he was. I think he had Yes.
Like
yeah, I think he was out for a little bit.
Losing Son Kim and Profar.
No, it's not at all. And the thing for me is the Padres have a good farm system and they'll figure out a way to fix that. And yes, they missed out on a lot of people they should have had.
Yeah.
And it was tough to see the Padres not get really any big names. But the Padres still have such a solid 1-2 punch with Tatis and Machado, and it's just
that's kind of all you need.
Yeah, that's really all you need to have a decent team.
And even Jackson Morrell.
Jackson. Yeah, oh my.
And they got some decent pitching. It's just kind of for me, besides for a little bias.
Yeah.
They beat us in the playoffs. But they're just kind of iffy right now, considering the lot of question marks. So many question marks on who can replace Son Kim, who can replace Jerks and Profar.
Yeah.
Like, who can fix these kind of spots, and how good can Fernando be?
Yeah, Fernando.
It'll take a lot.
Yeah.
It'll take a decent amount to be a great.
And I think these guys have matured to a point where they realize how much they mean to the team.
Yeah.
In general, and
he won't take any BBs. Hopefully.
Yeah. Apparently, it was like some ringworm medication, I think, for his hair or something. But I don't know.
That's what they all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Vaughn said too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tainted supplements or something. But
so, the Rays, you had them.
Rays, yes, I had them really low. It's the
rotation.
It's just the payroll thing too, and it's like they have Shane McClanahan in the rotation, which is exceptional pitcher. But do I see him?
It's because of the stadium, isn't it?
It's not even the stadium.
They don't
have a stadium. They don't have the fan base anymore.
They're all gone.
Yeah, like
where'd the hell go?
And the thing about the Rays franchise too, which I don't like, is out of all the teams, they spend the least, or at least one of the least percentage of their income on their payroll. Like, their payroll, I think it was all these teams, like the Rays made $7 million less, I think, or $8 million less than the Braves did, which isn't a lot. They made like 303, and then Braves made 311 or something like that, right? But the problem is the Braves payroll. Like, how much more is the Braves payroll though?
The Rays spend
89,000. Yeah, 89 million. Yeah.
And the Braves
are 6. You see the difference? Like, how much more?
They want to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And just looking at the Rays franchise, it's like, do you really want to win if you're only spending 89 million compared to the Braves?
And the two below it is Oakland.
Yeah, which is
he
terrible.
Wasn't spending any money.
Yeah, but he also doesn't make any money. There's like that one makes sense. Yeah.
And Pittsburgh, but that's kind of like.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's iffy, but
they're young too. That's the only problem. Is they're 27. Their average age is 27, which is one of the lower ones in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah. They're.
19th.
Oh, they're 19th. So they're higher.
The Tigers are the youngest in the league. That's 26.
I remember it being low. The White Sox have 26 too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of funny how to see like the Mets have the highest payroll.
Yeah.
They could lose again.
Really, the Dodgers should have the highest payroll.
Oh, they do for 2025.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Dodgers have the highest payroll now, and think about it, a lot of their contracts are deferred.
That's true. They're back end.
Yes.
Shohei's is like $500 million.
Years, it was 700 million in 10 years. It's crazy. Yes, and the thing is, he's only getting like $2 million a year for 10 years, and then the second 10 years or whatever.
Smart.
Yeah.
To avoid taxes.
It's crazy. He's a genius.
So let's talk about the Mets. Because I haven't we'll save them for when they pop up on you.
Yeah.
We have the Twins. I'm pretty high on, but again, it was just all health related. Let's go on to the next, the 10. I'll do it.
You do it? Okay.
So I have the Mariners at 10, the Blue Jays at 9, Diamondbacks at 8, Astros at 7, Orioles at 6.
Okay, that's
pretty fair.
Yeah. I have the Padres at 10, Astros at 9, Cubs at the 8, which you had at like 21. Diamondbacks at 7, and the Orioles at 6. Orioles at 6.
So we share the Orioles.
Yeah, we share the Orioles. Yeah.
They're just young.
Yeah.
But they always choke.
Yeah, it's not even a habit of choking. It's more of just a habit of no experience. They like you could just tell. It's just
They always have experience.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they don't get that much.
Yeah, it's like it's just a thing where I think
is a bad day.
it's not terrible. It's just you just got a lot of young talent. You just gotta see it out. You got these guys, Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holiday, big names, but who?
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar Henderson, yeah, he is.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
He was hurt today.
Oh, he was hurt?
They were walking him off. He was walked off with a train.
Oh, that's
pretty big.
Yeah, so
if that's true. It's still 50-50.
It's a big thing.
We're just not sure. But I did see something that said like, oh, he's being walked off with a trainer, and then just had 3 dots.
Yeah, that's not the greatest news for Orioles, but then again, they can still be a good team without that.
They don't need him for sure.
Not at all.
So the Diamondbacks, you had them similar, or it was low?
Diamondbacks had it 7.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I do like Coben Burns.
Okay. Yeah.
They do have a decent rotation with Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen. I don't think they're the biggest. I think they're the lowest besides like the Dodgers. They have one of the better floors. Where it's like at base they'll probably win 70 something games. That's actually they'll probably win like 80 games.
Yeah, I think they're in the mid 80s, low 90s range, honestly.
But I don't think they can go higher. I don't think they can break.
No, I don't see them being like that good of a team where you're like this
They'll
is
be a
confident.
dark horse, I think.
Yeah, I put here for the Diamondbacks. I just put that they're a strong contender for a wild card spot. And the thing is, you can't win the division. You have the Dodgers in that division, so you're gonna have to fight for a wild card spot at this point. And I was like, they're just gonna be just like the Orioles, where it's just a team that you can't really beat the person in first place. You can't, so you're just gonna have to.
You take your second place.
Yeah,
you kind of roll with it.
Yeah, you'll just be happy about it, content with it. There's nothing you can do about it. But
so where'd you have the Blue Jays?
The Blue Jays had an 18.
Okay, see, I have them at 9. I'm really confident in Vlad.
I'm confident in Vlad too. I'm confident in Bo. I'm confident in these guys. It's just, I just don't see him being good. It's just. I
think Vlad could beat.
Yeah, I think he can too. It's just there's just certain things where it's just like, I think Vlad's gonna do good too, especially because this is a contract season. After this season, his contract's finished.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's even bigger factor.
So now he's gonna try and ball out. He's actually gonna try and get a big money contract, which he needs.
He'll be a Dodger next year.
I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully not. That would be terrible.
It'll probably happen though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Mariners, I had at 10. You had them at 11.
Mariners 13. 13.
See, I like their pitching rotation. That's it.
Yeah, their pitching is strong. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Offense. They have guys like Kyle Raleigh. They have Julio Rodriguez. I'm trying to think like other big names. Like I'm probably missing someone big, but it's just like.
No, those were the only 2 on my notes.
That's what I'm saying.
Kyle Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez.
There's only 2 big guys I can really think of where I'm thinking.
I can name more pitchers than hitters.
Yeah.
Because you can name Lewis, you can name George Kirby, and you can name Logan Gilbert.
Yeah.
And that could be what the difference is. Just like straight up, we have better pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
We will hold you to a 1-0 game, and hopefully that 1 run will be up.
Yeah.
It's kind of dependent on closers at that point.
And honestly, it's just the thing of they're also part of that AL West where it's just like those teams are just you're playing bad teams in that division.
Yeah, so you might be able to hold on to the spot. And it could just be a playoff team that or they make a big move. This might be the team to watch for a big move.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
I don't know who they could go for exactly. Probably not Vlad, but someone like Pete Alonso. If the Mets are having an off season, Pete Alonso, and try to get Pete Alonso for a good amount of money or something.
Yeah, Pete Alonso just signed with the Mets.
Oh, he did just sign.
Yeah, I think he just re-signed, but I think it was only 1 or 2 years. I don't think it was a long contract.
That might be a move.
That I see the Mariners getting Pete Alonso. I also see the Mariners. The Mariners really just need like one guy that's like a veteran. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if they didn't trade the
I know they traded Teoscar Hernandez. No, Teoscar went to the Dodgers. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who you're talking about.
I have a picture of him. It was like, was it?
Let me look at this depth chart. Let me see. I'm trying to think, but no, honestly, like the Mariners just need that one guy where it's just like he's a big name, you know.
Yeah, Judge.
I'm trying.
He's so inconsistent.
Judge?
Yeah.
He's not really inconsistent. It's more of just injuries. Like when he's not injured, yeah, he might have his slumps, but everybody has their slumps, especially in baseball. It's just a thing that you go through. But
Mr. Low Level.
Even though yeah, you're good. Even though Judge has his slumps, yeah, but he still finishes the year with an over 300 average, which is insane for a power hitter, you know? Over 300 average, over 1,000 OPS. He still finishes with all these accolades, even though he goes through slumps where a month at a time he might be batting 100, which is terrible, you know?
Yeah, it's weird because he played really bad. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, like the playoffs, he kind of went dead for that first start of the playoffs, and you're kind of wondering, what point is it? Yeah, at what point is he gonna heat up at all?
And he didn't, and then he had the reason they lost.
Yeah, that was a big one, him dropping the ball. But I wouldn't fully put it on him. It was 3 different errors that just completely messed up. Jazz Chisholm. So he came from the Marlins.
I knew it was one of them.
Yes,
I get them mixed up.
It's the MA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Marlins.
Mariners. Yeah. So
Jazz is good. Jazz might want that.
Jazz is, he was
Yankees,
he was a good pickup.
Let's go into the top 5.
Okay, that's the top 5. Yeah.
So we have the Texas Rangers, the Philadelphia Phillies,
okay,
the New York Yankees, the Atlanta Braves, and the Dodgers.
Okay, so mine is pretty much the same except for the Mets. So I have the Mets at 5, Yankees 4, Phillies 3, Braves 2, and then the Los Angeles Dodgers at 1.
So I think we said to put off.
Yeah, so the Mets, yeah. I think the Mets overpaid insanely for this man.
Oh, for Juan Soto?
Oh my goodness. I think
they had to.
It's not even a thing of they had to. I think it was more of just a show of power. Like
their dominance.
Yeah, like where they're just like, oh, we can spend the money.
That's the problem. They don't need.
Yeah, they like the thing is, for me, it's just they've signed a couple of other guys too. That for me, this is why I put them at 5. They've signed guys like Pete Alonso, Sean Manaea, who's a great pitcher, Clay Holmes, who's also a great reliever, has his downsides though. He's a former Yankee.
Oh,
gave me horror stories. Terrible. Jesse Winker, Jose Siri, and AJ Minter. All of these are like really good names. Where you're looking at the Mets roster, you're just like, this might be one of the teams to beat in the NL East.
It's kind of weird in my head though. It's like you got beat off the pitch. The team was so bad that you couldn't have a game below. I can't find it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about though. The Mets and the Dodgers series, I feel like every game was like,
it was a blowout. Every game.
It was like every game was high scoring.
And I had there was a bad idea I thought of midway through, because every game was a 3+ run win.
Yeah.
And send it to Tanner cash out for third.
Yes, that's the way to go. Honestly,
because it was 11-point win. So there was 11-6, and then 12-13.
Yeah.
It was all back and forth, crazy.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying though. It was just a lot of there wasn't a strong pitching performance that you could really look to in that series. It was a lot of offense on both sides.
Series that we brought out did one pitcher every inning or something like that?
I wouldn't be surprised, especially in the playoffs. That's how it usually is.
The Dodgers did that at one point. It was weird.
Yeah, they definitely. I wouldn't be I don't remember exactly what game, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially if you don't want to tire out these guys' arms.
Yeah, and you wish you had.
Yeah, Shohei pitching this year might be a little iffy, but I think he'll pitch later in the season.
To win Cy Young.
Really?
I think so.
That's crazy to me. I'm gonna be completely honest
MVP
about that.
and Cy Young winner.
Yeah,
that would be fire.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm high on the Rangers just because of DeGrom, like purely because the.
Honestly, I think he gets injured again.
You can't say that. You can't be like, oh, I hope he gets injured.
I hope, but I just don't see a world where he doesn't. Like, obviously, you hope he doesn't because he's a fan favorite. But it's just
if he does, they'd probably fall.
Yeah, easily.
But if he stays healthy the entire year with Evan Carter and Josh Jung, top 5.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And
they also have guys like Wyatt Langford, who was a rookie last year, who balled out. I think he won Rookie of the Year.
Walker.
Yes, Kumar Walker. Yes.
So it'll be a matter of it's like the Texas Rangers were like the spot between the best 4 teams. Because like best 4 teams are like way better than Texas. Everything below it is worse. Everything above it is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies, the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Braves are all like in their own stratosphere.
Yeah, for me, the Rangers, I just had low. It's just like there's no way I see the Rangers. Like
with Bobby Boot?
Nah, get out of here. Get out of here.
Jake Burger. He got a sick game.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's just like, for me, the Rangers, it's just, they might win the division, but that's just because they're in a division that is. Yeah. Yeah.
So, let's talk about the top 4. Because that's what people really want to hear. They want to hear about the good. Let's talk about the Phillies. You had them at 2 or 3?
I had them at 3.
Okay, I had them at 4. I think they could be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner. The problem is if they fail. The Phillies are kind of iconic for choking.
Yeah, and the Phillies went decently far last season. I wouldn't say they had the greatest playoff run. Yes. I think they made the playoffs, right? That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty tough to imagine the Phillies not.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm looking at their stats right now. Their projected fan graphs, projected to win 87 games, which isn't terrible at all.
Didn't they lose to the? Sorry. Didn't they lose to the Guardians?
I was about to say. Yeah. So the Guardians are in the AL. I'm trying to think. I feel like they were a wild card game. Who did they have lost to though?
They lost to
the Mets. The Mets. Wow.
Because they beat the Brewers and lost.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that adds up too, and that's the problem with the NL. Right? That's the NL.
Yeah. So NL. Yeah.
The NL is.
NL. That's what I'm saying. The AL is such a weak division. That's why I have the Yankees so high. It's just because
they can just fly. Like the hardest contender was the Tigers.
Yeah, and it's just the thing of like, this is terrible.
So wait, is Texas in the AL?
Texas is in the AL, yes.
So if they can stay healthy, they're the second. 3 of the top 4 are NL. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I have the Orioles, honestly. The Orioles are the only team in the AL where I really see them beating the Yankees. Yeah.
Because they got swept by KC.
That's the thing. Kansas City has such a good team. It's just.
I might be too low. Now looking at it, I might be a little too low.
Yeah, but it's the thing of.
Personally, you think that Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be better?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's definitely like a little biased, but.
A little. All right.
Yankees have a 4.
Juan Soto. You lose Juan Soto.
So yeah, if you lose Juan Soto, it's kind of bad, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh wow, this is terrible.
That's gonna be awesome. This is terrible. I don't know why you said that's terrible.
No, I'm joking. No. So the Yankees really like. Yeah, they lost Juan Soto. He was obviously one of the greatest hitters in the league, probably second or third behind Juan Soto. I mean Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. And maybe I'll give him a solid second or third. Oh, we're good. Okay. No, yeah, but the Yankees really like. I'm looking at what I wrote down right now, and I said, this is the best team in a weaker American League. Big pickups. We got Jazz Chisholm last season. You got Cody Bellinger, Devin Williams, closer from the Brewers. like he's probably the best closer in the league. We're looking at Cody Bellinger too, Paul Goldschmidt.
Cody Bellinger.
That's what I'm saying, especially in a diminished lineup. I feel like we had kind of last season.
It's kind of dependent on how well the pitching core obviously can stay together and how well Cody.
Yes, 100%.
And we'll see how they unfold. It could be a toss up to where they might end up getting screwed, like how some teams do, where you're playing for a playoff slot and then all of a sudden you lose to a team that you're not supposed to lose to. Like the Dodgers lose to the Padres every once in a while. It's like, oh, they shouldn't lose to them, but they do.
Yeah. Baseball is not a sport where, like, if you lose a game, it's like the end of the world, you know?
Yeah, it's so volatile.
Yeah, like, think about it. Like, the best team in baseball right now is projected to just have a winning percentage of 598. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, barely over 500 is considered, like, a great team. Like,
it's so toss-up.
Yeah. And that's the thing about baseball. It's just like, yeah, the Dodgers are gonna lose to teams like the Pirates at some point. Yeah, and it's just, yeah. I mean, the Pirates. Honestly, I see the Pirates winning maybe a series if they play a couple series against the Dodgers. I see them winning like a series or two.
You're lying.
I'm being so honest.
You're trying to cope with the World Series.
I'm being so honest. Honestly, the World Series didn't affect me that much. At the time it did, but it was just like.
See, I wasn't even in baseball. I was.
Yeah, it's just it was just tough. It was kind of tough to watch.
My mom wasn't even home. We were like, it was just me and my dad, and we were watching the game together. Because I never watched baseball until the World Series. I always watch it with him because we always are in it normally.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both just sitting there watching, and he's like crying. I'm like, yay, we won! Like. I didn't really care, but I cared at the same time because it's like,
yeah, you're like,
cool to see.
Yeah, we finally won something.
And then he ended up buying like 3 different Shohei t-shirts that he had to return. Mom was pissed. She's like, hey, why'd you buy so many Shohei shirts? Who is Shohei? I'm like, don't worry about it, Mom.
The richest man in the United States.
The greatest baseball player of all time.
Yeah, this is how it is. He's just, with Shohei especially, like, you can't be, like, obviously I'm not, like,
can't be bad.
I'm not a Dodgers fan, but Shohei's one of the greatest players we've ever seen.
No doubt about it. Because they only get better.
Yeah, and it's just crazy. And we're looking at all these Japanese talents, and it's just like,
this team, Japan, it got better too.
Yeah, the team, it just got better, and it's just like, it sucks to see. The only real loss they had was maybe like Walker Buehler.
This is literally the definition of the 2016 Warriors or the 96 Bulls, where it's like,
yeah, where it's just like a super team.
You know it's going to be the best team. It's a matter of if somebody can pull an upset.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
It'll take a lot to beat a team like this in 7 games.
It really just is just.
The only question is Freddie Freeman. Can he be healthy?
Oh, Freddie Freeman can be healthy. Yeah, of course.
He can't sometimes. That his foot isn't his foot like historically bad?
Yeah. So, but the same thing with Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge hurt his foot a while ago, and it's just it's just something I have to deal with throughout my career.
Yeah, you gotta cope with it.
Yeah, it's just like if there's nothing you can really do about it, you just fight through it. But it's nothing bad. You know what I'm saying?
See, and like I've always thought of them as the best offense. Like the Dodgers are the best offense.
Yeah, the Dodgers 100% are the best offense.
And then I was looking at lists, doing research for this video about who are the best pitching cores.
Mm-hmm.
Dodgers were one, like consistently across the board, and that made me think, how can anybody compete if we're like known that you have the best defense or best offense in the league, and now you have the best pitching core?
It's like
it's so hard to see like diversity, parity in the league.
Yeah, so that's the thing about the Dodgers. Honestly, I don't like what the Dodgers are doing personally. It's more of for me, it's like
I see why. It makes sense. It's dumb. I do think salary caps need to exist. Because you could be an Oakland fan where your owner won't spend nothing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, holy cow, my mic is going crazy.
Yeah, that's why I turned mine up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can lower mine.
I'll fix it later.
What's it called? No, but the thing for me is the Dodgers, like, we need a salary floor and a salary cap, because there's teams like the Athletics.
Yeah, that just hold on to a bunch of cash.
Yeah, and it's just like, you need to spend money on, like, and something, you know?
It does make it interesting, because super teams are fun.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, but you need to have other super teams to compete. If there's no other teams that are willing...
Well, there's 3 super teams.
Yeah.
Well, 2 and then the Mets.
Yeah.
Whatever they are. The Yankees and the Dodgers are the 2, like, I think they're both the highest spent spent, yeah, it's Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, Yankees.
Yeah.
So the only team not on here, the most bang for your buck is Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And they're eight. So it's like kind of where you're like, oh, there is parity, it's just between 3 teams. And that's kind of where it's like, oh, there's something there, it's just, can you keep up with a team that spends way more money than everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a player that had a 50-50 and can pitch and can freaking
hit.
He can come off, hit a dinger, and then go and pitch.
It's
like, well, what do you do? And then you have Teoscar, where it's like one of the better defenders in the league.
Easy killer of every team, you know.
And their bullpen was so shot last year. I'm pretty sure.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of shot. It was They had a couple of starters close out a couple games, which isn't anything crazy, especially in the playoffs. That's not bad, but
I remember being like they were pretty banged up though there.
Yeah.
Obviously without Shohei, because he had Tommy John.
So that was a big pitching loss with Shohei.
Yeah. We had a lot
but
of Dodgers,
they made up for it already. That's like nothing.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Braves now. We yapped about the Dodgers enough.
The Braves, for me, the Braves are honestly one of the most well-rounded teams in the league.
They're the most valued.
Yeah, 100%. You have guys like Austin Riley, Ronald Acuna, who's coming off injury this season. He should come back.
And Spencer Strider.
Yeah, they both should come back around May-ish. I think was the timeline.
So we'll be focused on WNBA.
Oh my! What?
You did not agree to this. So, Matt Olson and Ozzy and Austin Riley, they're all good. They're very good.
Yes.
But do they? The question is, do they have the ceiling?
I think they do. I think the Braves. Think about it. The Braves beat an Astros team in 2021 that was genuinely a great team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just for the Braves. There's no ceiling.
Don't get swept.
Yeah, I don't see them getting swept.
Don't get swept into. Well, they played the Padres and got swept.
That's the thing, but they're also missing a decent amount of people. So
yeah, we'll have to see how it goes because it's more of like, who can you trust? If we're picking teams that can beat the Dodgers, like in 7, maybe they take it to 6 games. It's the Yankees, it's the Phillies, and it's probably the Mets. And for some reason, San Diego. That feels like that's it. That's kind of... And the Braves are good enough to where they're on the Dodgers side. They'll make the championship.
Yeah, no, the Braves definitely can.
Yeah.
You got the Dodgers that can.
Can they beat the Dodgers?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
The Dodgers are not going to win 100% of the time. And even with a super team, it's hard for you to really see, like I hate to bring up other sports, but basketball.
Yeah, the 2016 Warriors lost in comeback.
Think about it. The Nets, you had Kyrie, Durant, and James Harden on the same team.
And you couldn't win a playoff series.
It was insane to watch, you know? And it's just like, does this super team really matter? Like the Rams, the Bucks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's so many teams recently that have signed so many big names and they haven't performed. It's a
matter of if you can just stay. And the Dodgers are historically bad at staying consistent.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it 1,000 times where they just lose these important playoff games and boom, you're out of the playoffs now.
Yeah.
Like you don't get a second chance.
It's just
it'll be fun to watch.
It's gonna be a fun season to watch for sure. I really think the Dodgers are gonna disappoint a lot of people.
Oh, don't say that.
Not in the sense that they're gonna be bad. I still think they're gonna be the
chip or bust.
Yeah, that's the thing. I still think they're gonna be the best team in the league. I just don't think they're gonna be as dominant as people think. I don't think they're gonna be winning like 110 games.
Oh, I think it's less likely that they'll get 120 games wins versus 120 losses for the Red Sox. Or the White Sox?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I generally think the Dodgers get maybe 104, 105 wins.
405 wins?
I mean, 104 to 100. Yeah, 104 to 105.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, which is good. Which is really good.
It's like 70%, right? Or something like that.
I think it would be like 60%. 60%.
I don't know. The math is not.
No, yeah,
we got to talk about the awards.
Of course.
So we only did MVPs and Cy Youngs because I think Golden Gloves gets a little weird.
Yeah, per position, it's
especially when I don't know ball like that, and you do, but I don't.
Yeah.
So I kind of like I have like a little baseball league with a bunch of people online that I don't know personally, and I was just like, oh, we do some like on the Real Sports app. We have like a league or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, which ones of you know baseball? And they're talking about like the most random dudes ever. And I'm like, can you make me a power rankings? Like, let's have a power rankings. I'll do the research, but tell me who's good. And they're like, okay. And they sent me this power rankings. Like, okay, I can make that work. And then I did research, and I was like, damn, they're spot on.
Yeah.
But they're talking about like third stringers. I can't remember who it was. There was a third stringer today for the Mets who had a home run. And they're talking about this dude, and they're like, oh, I loved him. I wish he could get PT. I'm like, who are we talking about? It was this guy.
Oh, Brett Beatty. Yeah. So no, he's honestly pretty good. Like, he's not a bad player at all.
But you never hear him when you're talking about
it. Yeah, he had an off season last year. It was pretty bad to watch, and it wasn't bad to watch. It was just like sophomore stuff. I think maybe it was a rookie. I don't think.
So all these awards though came straight from like I just looked at the odds and was like, okay, and then I'll base it.
I like this name.
Opinion.
Yeah.
So for my NL MVP, I think you can't go here, bro.
Yeah, like I put Shohei too. Like there's no avoiding that.
It's inevitable.
Like the only other person I think that would be close is maybe Francisco Lindor with the Mets.
That takes a lot. Maybe Juan. He would have he'd have to go, and I don't think he's gonna have a better season than last season. Personally, you don't think so?
Not at all.
I think he.
And I'm not even trying to like cope or anything. I'm genuinely just being honest.
You're a little You're like crying in your head.
No, I'm being so honest. Like last season was a season that we have not seen in a long time.
He was like 400%,
like
batting or something like that.
Yeah, like 300, maybe 280 something batting. Maybe I think it was about 300. Like 400 on base. 400 something on base. He had close to 1,000 OPS.
I'm trying to find the odds for NL.
Yeah.
Okay, so NL, it's Shohei at plus 200, Juan Soto at plus 500, and then Fernando at plus 75.
Yeah.
So Lindor's at plus 160.
Yeah.
1,600. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. He had such a great season last season. It's hard not to think he's going to replicate that.
So are you saying Juan Soto's overrated? Did we just hear that Juan Soto?
I don't think he's overrated. I think he's overpaid.
Okay, well that's...
He definitely performed well.
It's kind of what I've been always saying with the NFL. You pay based off of your... They don't have a salary cap, but you pay off a percentage.
Yeah.
Instead of doing this set money count, it feels like some players like Fernando would be paid the same amount as Juan Soto right now. But they haven't got a new contract.
Yeah,
Vladdy might get a contract similar to Juan just because of
the name value. It's really just the name value. Like,
it's current day pays. Like,
I'm not paying what's it called, Vladimir Guerrero any more than I would pay like Francisco Lindor. Like these guys like are held to such a higher standard, and honestly, Vladdy hasn't had the greatest season. Yeah,
he's kind of a boomer bust.
Yeah,
it's kind of home run or nothing.
I'm just making sure I'm still playing.
Which is how the league is in general. But
yeah,
it's kind of like
it's super hard to predict.
The NFL keeps going up in salary cap, and I've always said like, well, I'm an agent. I'm taking percentage.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of $30 million, I want 10% or 7% of the salary cap.
Yeah, I think that's a smart way to go, just because.
That's my ruling too with like stuff like sports. I have like a line. Like if you're paying a quarterback, they either have to be top 7 quarterbacks in the NFL, or below 7%.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my ruling. It's like, I don't know. I don't really know how to translate it to NBA, but if you're top 7 in the league as a quarterback,
top 7,
or you're below 7%, and it was like out of the playoffs teams, I think there's 2 teams that was like borderline didn't fit that rule. I think it was the Chargers and the Packers.
Okay. Which
Jordan Love is a top 7 quarterback, and he got paid like 8%.
Yeah.
So it's like borderline.
Yeah, but it's like it's not even that bad.
I was supposed to do a video on it, but I didn't have a chance to. Maybe that's a future thing.
Yeah. So I think looking at percentage-wise would be good too, because if you're looking at these players that are getting crazy money like Juan Soto and stuff like that, what percent of the salary are they getting, and do you really deserve that much? Like, yes, you're contributing a large part to this team, but if you're looking at a team like the Mets, Juan Soto's getting an insane amount of money, but you have guys like not Fernando Tatis, Francisco, Lindor.
And
you have
what's his name?
Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso. You have all these big names on a team like the Mets, and it's just
it's so
does he deserve that much money?
I think the agent just cooked.
Yeah, so I think Scott Boras as an agent.
I don't even know.
So he's probably one of the best baseball agents there is.
Yeah, because he did the blind bid.
Yeah, like he was just. Let me see.
Crazy how we went from NBA MVP talk to talking about how much Juan Soto's overpaid and overrated.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're deep hatred for Juan's what?
It's not even deep hatred, but yeah, Scott Boras is.
Yeah, it was genius. Like,
yeah,
he should do a blind bid. Like, nobody knows how much is overpaying, and then you have little smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, the Mariners are paying $300 million. Oh, the Nets just threw out the Mets threw out 500.
It's crazy. Like, he just
shoots straight up, and it's like, oh, well, here we go. So we both had Shohei for NL.
Yeah, Shohei for NL, and then for my Cy Young, I put Paul Skeens.
He can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, I saved him as. Wait, Paul Skeens is AL.
Yeah, I mean, you just flipped him. DeGrom's in the AL, so.
DeGrom's in the AL, and.
Yeah, you just flipped it, so it's fine.
Yeah, Paul Skeens, you can.
Yeah, like with that season he had, it's just.
One of my favorite people too.
And yeah, he's like such a funny guy. Like,
have you heard him talk? Like
he's so like.
He's out of touch.
Yeah, like
it's kind of funny. Like
he's just hilarious to see like how unreal he is.
I remember listening to him about on Part of My Take, and they were talking about like, oh, have you heard of the Livy Dunn stuff? Or like,
yeah,
they were doing like some brain rot. Like,
yeah, like
is the Rizzler stealing Livy Dunn? And he's like,
who's that?
He was like trying to understand, and they had to like try to explain what the meme was because it's not online.
It's so funny. He's like, my only hobby's I like pitching.
Yeah, I like to throw the ball and do military stuff.
Yeah,
he was Air Force.
I think he might have to serve later on.
No, because he transferred.
So LSU.
Yeah, I like him a lot. And I think he's so talented, so quick.
And this guy never stops like working on pitches.
It's the Harbaugh. It's the Jordan of. Crazy to call him Jordan, but
the ethics, like his mentality, and it's just everything. Like that's how he is.
That's all he is.
Yes.
And eventually, when he retires, it'll probably be like he might be able to turn like an arm like that for 20 years.
Okay.
Just purely, that's crazy to say, probably, but
no, I mean
his arm will fall apart before he retires.
Yeah, his arm definitely will, especially with the speeds he's pitching and the pitches he's throwing. It definitely causes strain on the arm.
He'll be throwing like 40-mile-per-hour pitches and still trying to get on the. He'll still be like standing on the mound.
Nolan Ryan, who was one of the greatest pitchers, pitched for like 22 seasons, which is crazy.
That would be crazy if Paul Skeens could hit that level, but I mean,
it just depends on
nowadays.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He'll get paid so much.
20 years from now, we're probably gonna have something that could.
He'll be a Dodger by 4 years. Don't worry about it.
He's a Yankee for life. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about AL. I got Vladdy as my MVP. I'm very high on.
Oh, so you're not ready for my AL pick? I chose Mike Trout.
See, I don't like that. I don't see how he could be that good.
That's the thing.
You're saying Bobby. Wait, hold on. Bobby Witt's in the AL.
Bobby Witt is in the AL.
Why?
Aaron Judge is in the AL. There's a lot of guys in the AL that
Judge. I can see why you don't pick Judge.
It's just for me. It's just
Judge is like the weird safe bet. Like you don't think it'll hit,
but it will.
But it might. Like the odds are likely.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to. It's like Scotty Scheffler. You don't want to pick Scotty Scheffler to win a golf tournament. But he's probably gonna win.
Yeah, he's like there's
just purely off name.
Yeah.
I'm shocked you didn't pick Bobby Witt.
I chose Mike Trout because Mike Trout is still Mike Trout. He just gets injured. There hasn't been a season. Like, let me look at Mike Trout's stats recently. I don't think there's generally been a season where he's been terrible.
I do like Mike Trout. When I followed the Angels for a little bit because of Shohei, I did like Mike Trout.
The only pretty off season he had recently was maybe 2024, but he still had a 140 OPS plus. So OPS plus is a stat where 100 is average.
Okay.
And anything above it or below it is the percentage better. So if I'm 110, I'm 10% better
than everybody else.
Than the average batter.
I got you.
So the average is you know what I'm saying? So even in 2023, which was one of his worst seasons yet, he had 132 OPS plus, which is 32% better than the worst, than the average batter.
Yeah, so that's
There hasn't, like, if you're looking at the OPS plus, which is this row right here, like if you look at that row, like you're looking at.
He has been, like, in his latter years, he's still been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still one of the best hitters. He just can't get injured.
He's always been above 100. That's crazy.
The only season
was 11.
Yeah, was his rookie year. That, like, he's always been an above average hitter. He's always been a great defender, and I heard he's moving positions from center field to right field, which.
What difference is that?
So it's just center field. He just covers more land.
Oh, okay. So more speed.
Yeah, right field just makes sure that he's saving his body. So he's like.
He's a linebacker.
Yeah, he's just going from like.
Got it.
He just runs around less. But less balls go to him too. So
put
it's
it in baseball and football terms, or put it in basketball and football terms, and I'm good.
Yeah, and then another thing is stolen bases have been falling off, which isn't anything crazy. You don't want to injure yourself. Yeah, like
for him.
Yeah, for him.
In general.
No, in general, I feel like they've kind of been growing.
Because of Shohei. It's kind of just a
Shohei effect. It's like the 3-point effect, where it's like
stuff. Yeah. I actually have there's a book in my room called Hoop Atlas from Kurt Goldsman, and it's about like the development of basketball and the 3-point.
Yeah, it's
the same mentality.
Yeah.
He had 49 in 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, it's kind of just been.
He doesn't get any stolen bases.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see. But it's also a thing is just, do you want to injure yourself? Do you want to risk the injury stealing a base every game like how he used to? But
yeah, how many games did he play last year?
Last year he played 29 games.
And he had 10 home runs.
10 home runs.
That is crazy. And 14 RBIs. That's
a good
number.
If you do the math, 30, like one.
So it's like a home run every other game?
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty. Or no, that's like 30%.
So that's still a 50 home run season, which
would be his most.
Yeah, which is insane. Insane.
All right, now you started to sell me on it, low key. 3-time MVP. Yeah, I'm kind of sold on it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. And there hasn't, like, if you look like all the way to the right where it shows all of his stats or whatever, like there hasn't really been a season where he hasn't been an all-star or an MVP.
His rookie year, yeah.
Other than last season, which makes sense, he was injured, only played 29 games. But other than that, either always an all-star or always an MVP.
So let me try to convince you that Vladdy deserves it. You introduced me to a new stat I've never heard of. Vladdy had second best season OPS plus.
Yeah.
By 1 point was 2021.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2023. He was pretty below average. Not below average, but below average for him.
Yeah, below. Yeah.
166 last year.
That's insanely good.
He didn't even hit a bunch of home runs. That's the crazy part. It's
just he just knocks the ball around. And
that's kind of what you need nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 103 RBIs,
which is anything above 100 is really good. Yeah.
Crazy. His on-base percentage plus slug was it's not. I don't think he could have another. He's never won MVP.
No, he's never won MVP. No.
Does voter fatigue kick in for baseball?
No.
They don't have like a consistent voter fatigue problem?
No.
Okay, so I mean, he got all MVP second in 2021.
The only maybe chance of voter fatigue would be, yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's tough to beat Shohei.
Yeah, especially like
it was Angel Shohei too, so it was the pitching one and the hitting one.
Yeah, where he's at his peak, you know.
He won 9 games pitching while having 46 home runs, so 2 less than. Yeah, so Vladdy should have won an MVP already.
Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce you to another stat. So defensive runs saved, right?
Where's that?
So if you scroll down, it should be standard fielding. It should say standard fielding. I'm gonna introduce you to this one real quick.
I see it.
So defensive runs saved right here. The only thing my problem is he's a bigger dude, and if you look at defensive runs saved, -3, which is not the greatest, you know.
Yeah, that's not great. That was 2019. 2024, it was -1.
Yeah, so 2024. Why does it say?
Wait, no, that's different.
Wait, why is it?
I was looking at the wrong one.
Does yours say 2024 twice?
No.
Mine says
2021 twice.
It says all. Oh, maybe that's like difference between postseason and.
I don't know. It don't matter. We'll see. I think he could.
It's different positions. That's why I'm looking. Okay, if you look here, it says position next to it. So he's played different positions. For me, it's just if you look at 2024 at first base, what is it total? So That is a lot of numbers. But defensive front safety, he's not the greatest defender. That's the only problem. And he's also kind of cocky. If we're being honest,
that's kind of what you need, though.
There's a difference between being cocky and being being self-confident.
I love the cockiness. That's what makes sports.
Yeah.
In my mind.
I just think he's a little too, like, he was asking for, like, Juan Soto level contracts, which is, you don't deserve that.
Well, modern day.
Juan Soto doesn't even deserve that contract, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just, like, if you're asking for it, that just shows that you're confident. Yeah, you're just confident.
So, let's talk about the Cy Young for the AL. I have DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom.
Who did you have for your?
I had Cole Reagans. He's a pitcher for the Royals. Yeah. For the Royals, Kansas City.
Yeah. So that's so weird to me. You faded Bobby Witt after calling him the potential greatest player of all time.
Yeah, in the future, like, consistency is key. That's the only thing. He'll become the greatest player of all time if he
can stay. Yeah, if he can do what
he can stay healthy.
So DeGrom is the only problem with him is health.
Oh, I forgot to say, Guerrero led the league last year in errors.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like, that's also another thing you have to...
I only considered offense when I considered...
Yeah, like, that's the thing, too. It's just you have to look at...
I got a lot to learn. This podcast will look so much funnier when it's like...
At the end of the season, you're looking back...
You might have to react to that, like, look back at, like, how bad my takes were.
I'm not having to do the same with me, too.
Yours might be better than mine because you know more about baseball. I'm just now learning baseball.
Yeah.
Because of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So, DeGrom was very unhealthy last year. He's been unhealthy his entire career.
Yeah, that's the thing. When was the last time he's played more than, like, 20 games?
Well, 20 is a lot.
Yeah.
He's never played more than 20. But last year, 2 years ago, he only played 2. Because he had 2 wins.
Yeah.
3 years ago, he played 9. So, yeah, okay, now this starts... Hold on. I'm gonna change it.
Oh, so it shows games right here.
I'm bailing off DeGrom.
You're bailing off DeGrom?
DeGrom's not a good pick. Bad pick.
Yeah, so DeGrom played 3 games last season, 6 the year before, 11 the year before that, 15 the year before that, 12 the year before that. The only season he's led, last season, full season he's played was 2019.
Yeah, if he can play a full season, he's probably gonna win.
Yeah, and I honestly. I see that happening. I see that.
Pick Scooble.
And if you're looking at 2024, so ERA plus is the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Is as OPS plus.
I do know a little bit about ERA.
So ERA plus is the same exact thing as OPS plus, where it's the amount above 100.
Gotcha.
You're doing good. So 2024 though, he had a 242 ERA plus, which is oh my god, my mic was nowhere near me. Oh my goodness, that might be bad.
That's fine. 214.
242, which was yeah. So that was last season, 142% better than the average pitcher.
Only problem is he played
3 games, so it's such a small sample size, you know.
Yeah, you can't really judge something from that. But the game he did play it a lot. He had 218.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 years ago in 2021, he had 373. In 15 games, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's really not bad at all.
But it's kind of aged now. You kind of sold me off DeGrom.
And the thing about DeGrom too, it's not necessarily like he's bad either, but
okay, if we're being genuine, like if we don't pick stray balls, it's probably gonna be Scooble.
Yeah, Scooble definitely.
But if we're picking stray balls, give me the Mariners. I praise the Mariners. Give me him. Give me Logan Gilbert.
Logan Gilbert, that is a solid pick. Like, if you told me Logan Gilbert, I'm not mad at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a pitcher where it's just...
He's good.
Yes.
And his team will be good. And yes. I don't know if it's like the NBA where they're kind of like, look at how good your team was in general on defense.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's young, and he could be that kind of guy where it's like...
Oh, 100%.
Where was he on the OPS or whatever you're talking about?
Logan Gilbert, so it'll be ERA plus. It'll be
ERA plus. He was 113. Which isn't great, but he's young.
He's young. That's
27 at that point.
Yeah,
and they can shoot it up. Then.
So what you also want to look at. So I'm just gonna show you all these stats, so you could just at least learn some of these. So even though his ERA plus was 113, his WHIP, which is walks and hits per inning.
I didn't know about that.
So think about it. 0.8 means that he's had like on average 0.4 .4 walks or .4 hits per inning, like combined. You know what I'm saying?
So he's really good.
Yeah, like he allows less than a hit or a walk per inning.
That's really
it's insane. Anything like around 1 or below 1 is really good. His hits per 9 innings, only 6 hits per 9 innings. Really good.
Yeah, so he grew up last year, and he could break above that, and that's how I think he wins it. Now that I think about it, and his odds are really good.
Yeah, and the thing is, he has a really good arm. He pitched 208 innings last season, which is
that's pretty high.
Yes,
I know correctly.
100%.
And he's 1,600 for odds.
Yeah,
1,600. So is Garrett Cole. So those are both really good.
Those are
picks.
Really good picks. Yeah. Like
we just taught a lot. You just taught a lot of football fans.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta like. My biggest thing is stats. You know, baseball stats are the best stats.
Stats are pretty awesome. I love the NFL stats.
Like this like I get into this so deeply. Like if I'm looking at Logan Gilbert right now,
I'm gonna have to because
those innings, like even though innings is such a simple stat, like how much it's just the amount of innings you've pitched, right?
Yeah.
He pitched 208 innings and still had one of the lowest whips. Like this guy has an arm that can last forever, you know what I'm saying?
He was ranked 6th in Cy Young last year.
Yeah, and that's so great, you know? Like, who was he behind? You just scroll that up?
He was behind Skubal. Behind Burns.
Corbin Burns, which makes sense. Reagans. Emmanuel Clase. Yeah.
And
Seth
Lugo.
Oh, so Emmanuel Clase, so he's a reliever.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah. You rarely see a reliever get that close.
He had the second best whip out of all of them. Behind Close and Kirby Yates.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you got to look for. Is just can he do the best at whip?
Yeah, he's Clase's ERA plus.
Yeah. Oh, what the?
That's the thing. So
that's the closer kind of chase, though, right?
Yeah. So that's like you want a closer that's like that, where it's just lights out. You know.
Yeah.
You bring him into the game.
54s.
Yeah.
Insane.
Bring him into the game, and they're just lights out. You know what I'm saying?
Skubal did get the sweep on him. That's the problem.
Yeah.
30.
He deserved it though. Yeah. There's no way he doesn't deserve it.
And again, it's like picking Scotty Scheffler. Like,
yeah.
If you say, that's like saying, the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. Like, no, duh. Yeah, probably. It's like saying the Dodgers are gonna win it all. Like,
yeah.
We want to spice it up a little bit. Actually, you know what? I didn't even plan this. Other than the Dodgers World Series, like, what's the matchup and who wins it? This is gonna be.
Ooh, so off the top of the dome. Let me see this. No, honestly, I don't think I am gonna see the Yankees. Let me.
You're not?
Let me look at this real quick.
I was thinking Yankees.
I'm looking at this right now.
Actually, no. I know who.
I'm gonna go.
You kind of sold me on somebody.
I'm gonna go Phillies. Orioles.
I'm going KC.
Kansas City.
Sold me on Kansas City. For some reason, it's stuck in my head.
I was thinking about that too.
And then probably Phillies, yeah. I think Phillies are the second best team in the... Actually, I had the Braves the second best, but...
Yeah, but like if we're talking realistically, it's interchangeable. It's not like...
Yeah, it's either or. It's Braves, Mets, or Phillies. It's one from the East Division if it's not the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a team that will make it besides for the East Division.
And honestly, I see the Dodgers losing. Like, if we're looking at it in the grand scheme of things, I see the Dodgers losing. The Yankees, if we're looking at the series last time, the Yankees were really close to winning that series.
They choked.
Yeah, they choked. The first game, we were about to win it. We gave up a run. Tie game, go to extra innings. Yeah, like, think about it. So if we win that first game, we're up 1-0.
Yeah.
We lose game 2, lose game 3, win game 4.
In blowout.
Yeah, and then if we look at game 5, we could have so much easier won. We're up 3-2. Think about that.
We're up 5.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We're up 5-0, and then we're up 3-2 in the series. I meant.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
If we just win game 1, because game 1 we could have so much easier won, even if we just brought out a different pitcher.
Game 2 would have been impossible.
Game 2, yeah, that was you're in Los Angeles, so it's hard.
That was Yamamoto too, so our best pitcher.
Yeah.
Game 3 was also pretty tough.
It's hard. It
sucks to see, but
yeah, but it's not bad. Where it's like it was a tough loss, but I was like fine.
I'm just curious how well they can bounce back because the conference didn't get much better.
No, not at all.
Besides for the Astros, the Astros lost Kyle Tucker. They got worse.
Yeah, they got a little bit worse.
Yeah,
I think they only added like guys like Christian Walker from the Diamondbacks, so it was pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Guardians are probably worse.
The
Tigers are probably gonna be better, but
I think the Tigers are gonna be better. Tigers added Gleyber Torres, who used to play for the Yankees,
and we have like 3 of the 3 of the American leagues are on our bottom 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The White Sox, the Angels, and the Athletics.
The American League is so weak right now. It's just
kind of crazy.
Yes, it really is.
I learned so much in just doing one pod. That's crazy.
It's
I don't know what else there to talk about.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's really, if we're just looking at like playoff type of thing, like I'm looking at these teams right here. I'm honestly think it's gonna be pretty much the same as last season.
Yeah.
The Padres are gonna get in there. The Phillies is gonna get in there. The only thing that's gonna be tough is the NL East, because you got 3 powerhouses there, which the NL East is the Braves, the Phillies, the Mets. They're all in the same division, and that's such a strong division. Like, if you're in the division, like, just cry yourself to sleep, because there's no really helping that. You just gotta wait it out.
I think there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
So, obviously, subscribe, share,
100%.
all that. Next week, I think I've kind of decided it, in my head. I think we're gonna do college basketball. We gotta clear college basketball because March is coming up. March Madness. And it's awesome right now. College basketball's been great, even though the Florida Gators lost. We don't talk about that game. That didn't happen.
See, I'm a Georgia Tech fan, so I'm loving life out here.
Yeah, you can just watch other teams.
Yeah,
you can enjoy the other teams. I love Vanderbilt. But yeah, I haven't given it a full college basketball episode yet because no one really cares until March. Mm-hmm. So our next episode will probably be next week for college basketball. Thank y'all for watching. Share it out.
Thank you, 100%.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.